So this is the conversation I tried to have with the teacher about the wording and the sort of pretense and what's the message, and a school report, child with autism, and the HSRP or whatever the fuck it's called, and also about these awards for out of school activities when they don't deal with out of school bullying, even though the bullying continues in the school. Do you get me? Let's see. That was a bit rude. Ooh.
Looking for me to give you a wee call back. How can I help you this morning?
Yeah. I don't know if you want to do this on the phone or if you would want to do this face to face, but I've got a few things that I'll ask you. I want to query you. It might not be a comfortable conversation for you to have, Tara.
Okay, well, it might be best to try me on the phone because I'm sure you understand at this time of year, I'm being pulled in a million directions and the lineup's pretty busy. But if you try me, I'll see how I can help you, and if we need to kind of reconvene, then we'll do that. But let's give it a try if you're all right with that.
Okay, doke. Right. So first query is I've got 2 or 3 things that I want to run by you. I'm going to be as quick as I can because I don't want to take up any of your time. I'll just obviously just impregnate you with the ideas, sorry for the term, but right. It's first thing first is the school reports. Right now, Josh is autistic. Right now, I've had messages relayed back from me this morning for Matty, for Veronica. This is how we have to process things. So it's not an easy conversation having to go through Matty to have this, to now given your predicament and the fact that we're not talking and stuff like that. At the level where we can have sort of conversations about this, but we are on the same page with this at least. I don't know if she's going to be phoning you as well. I know Matty has said that she's going to fill in some form on the report, but I didn't think the form's going to be big enough, to be honest. Right. So just quickly, I'll just run through.
Give me 1 second. What I would like to do is I'm just going into the shared drive to have a little look.
All right. Cool. Yeah.
At his report so that I can actually see what we're talking about here, because just to help you with it, we divide up the reports, and I do primary 1 and primary 7, and so these reports will have been overseen by Murray Gallagher.
I understand that, Tara, but I mean he's got a sort of.
I'm not sure what's on the report, so I'm just opening it so I can have a little look.
Right.
Okay, 1 wee second. Because if it was one of the ones I'd done, then I would have a good knowledge of it, you know. Okay, right. I'm busy looking at Joshua's report.
So it's written by the teachers, yeah.
The main bulk of the report is written by the teachers up until the bottom where you've got head teacher or deputy. That's the bit that Mr. Gallagher's done.
Right. So he's got no involvement in the writing anything else apart from the grey box, right?
Mr. Gallagher hasn't. No, it's all been the class teacher. But the other bit is, you know, in the next steps bit where it's got literacy, numeracy, and pupil target. The pupil target is as a result of a learner conversation. So see him saying, "I want to get better at football." That is Joshua saying that.
Yeah, I understand that. I understand all that. I'm talking about the terminology and the wording, right?
Yes. That would be Miss Ray and Miss McGregor because the class is shared.
But the reports go through you anyway, and you finalise them all and everything like that, right?
Yes, that's right.
Right, okay. So the first bit, literally, the literacy comment. Josh says beginning to read in increased fluency and needs to develop greater expression. Josh is autistic.
Okay, I'm trying to follow, hang on. Okay.
Right, so we can go right through all that and you'll gather what I'm going to say all the way through this, you know. He has good awareness in punctuation and can summarise what he has read effectively. Joshua listens well during teaching time and needs encouragement to share his thoughts and ideas within a larger group. Josh is autistic. However, when he does, he contributes in a respectful manner during class discussions, blah, blah, blah. You know, and it's just the terminology that I find it perturbing.
So which bit? Because I see what you're saying about needs to develop greater expression, but see the second bit, because we have got 58% of our learners actually here are neurodiverse right across the school, and our neurodiverse learners who do need encouragement to share thoughts, that is something which we're actually able to coach and bring them on in. So it's really great to read in his report that, you know, he needs encouragement, which is developing a skill for him, and the fact that when he does, he's actually doing that in a really positive way. So I would be reading that as a parent in a positive way, because I think it reflects where Joshua is in the classroom in terms of he's not out there to contribute. With a little bit of coaxing, when he does, it's really great what he's saying. And it's the same with the prompting to write. Now, the prompting to write a greater length is not to do with him being neurodiverse. We've got lots of young people who were looking for them to put a little bit more down on paper and express themselves. I mean, reading this, I would say the literacy part is actually really strong for him. And looking at his progress towards expected levels, this is really good. So the bit that I can, because I can change anything that is not sitting comfortably with you, and if it's, you know, where it says and needs to develop greater expression, maybe we need to say and needs encouragement to develop expression, because that is a life skill, which again, being neurodiverse will be harder for him, but actually is a life skill. So I can tweak the wording on that, you know, so that you're happier with it and understanding where we're coming from, because we don't want to also give you a report that doesn't reflect who your son is, you know. So let me just read math. So confident when counting. Joshua demonstrates secure skills, developing knowledge. Joshua is developing his understanding. Yep, he is developing. Right. I mean, are you not feeling that the literacy comment's positive? Because I'm reading a young person that's doing really well in this numeracy. Are you?
I think we're always going to differ. Can I ask you a couple of questions, Tara, about yourself? How old are you? Are you my generation? Or are you younger? I mean, I'm 53. Are you roughly my age?
I'm not really comfortable sharing my age, but, you know, I would be able to understand your point of view. Let's put it that way.
Right. So, you understand my point of view. Right. Okay. Right. Can I ask you, when you were at school, did you spend like time after school doing homework with your parents and stuff like that?
Well, with my parent, it would have been when, you know, there was time and availability to do that.
Right. Okay. Right. We're getting somewhere now. Right. Can I ask you another? Can I ask you quickly another question about yourself? Before you were you a teacher before you were a headmaster?
You have to be a teacher. So you have to be a teacher, unpromoted. And then if you come up through a curriculum route, which I did, you can either go curriculum or go the way like Kirsten Candlish did, which is guidance.
Right. Yeah.
So I came the curriculum route, and I became a principal teacher of my subject. Then I became a faculty head, and then I became a deputy head teacher for 8 years before I became a head teacher.
Cool.
So I've been in education for 26 years.
It's no done in any kind of critical way about you. I just wanted a wee bit of background, like that's just to understand.
The other thing that might be of interest to you is I've worked across 4 different local authorities. So there's a lot of people that maybe have just been in one school for their whole career, but I've never been worried about actually moving and experiencing different things. So I like to think that I bring a different perspective and sort of can see things in a different way, you know?
What did you teach? Did you teach primary or secondary?
I was a secondary. secondary, and my subject area was home economics.
Right. Okay. When you started, was there many special needs kids?
Well, in our subject, because home economics is practical and vocational, we would normally have a high degree of challenge, particularly in our older classes, in terms of how they manage school and that formal setting and things like that. Also, I started my teaching career. I don't know how familiar you are with Edinburgh.
Yep,
but,
I'm for Trinidad.
Okay, well, my first teaching post, and I thoroughly enjoyed it, was actually Castlebrae Community High School, which is in Niddry, Craigmillar.
Yep, I know it. Yep.
Yeah, so,
yep, cool.
you know, and for me, as a subject teacher, actually your subject has got greater, it's held in greater esteem in schools where there are more challenges, because people see how it's really helpful either to life skills or jobs, or young people that don't cope in a normal school environment tend to achieve a lot of success in the practical environment.
Well, I know that. I know that. Yeah, I'm one of them.
Yeah, exactly. And then I moved to Fife, and I worked at Queen Anne High School in Dunfermline before I moved to a school which was over in Fife in Methil. So that had a range of significant challenges. That school's been demolished now and replaced with a big Leavenmouth campus.
That's very strange. Like, I used to live in Dunfermline.
yeah. So no, I've moved about.
So I'm not following you or anything like that. You know, I'm not stopping.
But I mean, I can go through this report and just make sure that what you're reading as a parent, that it's strongly linked to an understanding of Joshua's neurodiversity, if you would find that would sit more comfortably with you. I'm just looking at his learning across curriculum comments. So listens carefully, good understanding, does require some support and encouragement to offer his thoughts and opinions, although confidence in this area is gradually growing. And with gentle prompting, willing to share ideas with the class. He can be a slow worker, but neurodiversity means that sometimes, you know, they can overthink the task that they're on.
Tara, can I stop you just now? I'm autistic.
Okay.
Has nobody worked this out? Has nobody worked this out yet? No? Right, okay. Right, fine. I'm autistic, like I understand all of this. What I'm talking, this is why I've got a perspective on this, right?
Okay. So is it something bothering you in the learning across the curriculum paragraph?
No. I'm just wanting to know sort of how much the teachers are pushing them and how much sort of time they've got and how the time through the class is spread. I mean, you said 58% are classed as neurodivergent.
We've got 58% of young people in Moffat Academy have got additional support needs, of which a high proportion of that is neurodiversity. Because as you know, what's changed in recent times is society's recognition
of
neurodiversity. So we don't think suddenly it's all mushroomed and loads of people are neurodiverse. What we think has happened is that actually society is more sensitive and perceptive.
Well, let's not have that discussion, because we would argue till there was no whiskey left. This is maybe where we're going to start being having challenging conversations. Right. We'll leave that bit there, right? I can't remember, because I'm autistic and because I've got dyslexia and stuff, I can't remember exactly what the initials are, the RCHP or the RHCP, what?
Relationships and Sexual Health Program.
Right, okay, right. What do you see when you look out your window at the world?
I don't know where you're going with that, you know?
Right. People are challenging. People are going to kick back on things here, and I'm going to kick back on this, right? I've got two friends that died because of the Lockerbie bombing. Who was responsible for that?
Well, I think it was terrorists.
Yeah, it was Islamic terrorists, right?
Yeah.
I also had an ex-girlfriend who was a Muslim before my ex-wife. My mother's my stepmother, sorry, Singaporean. I've got 3 stepsisters who are Singaporean. There'll be loads of people in your school who actually still know who they are. Plenty of your staff. My brother's daughter, is half Scottish, half Thai. Joshua's half Czech. This is no driven by race or anything like that. It's driven by culture and ideology. And I'm going to push back on here because I was never informed about it and there was nothing came back to us about any of this stuff. We were not informed about any of this. I am not happy having my 7-year-old informed about Mecca or anything like that. Now, I'm not going to have the arguments, and I know there's been a ruling put in place where I cannot say this, but I am part of something that is pushing back on this, and the alarm for me is finding it in a report, finding it in an email for Nikki, stuck at the bottom of an email. Oh, this is what they did. This is what they did. And it's just paper that goes for the other things. Now, I've asked Nikki that I want full disclosure on all of this.
Well, you need to sort of help me with this because obviously I've not seen an email that Nikki sent you. She's also currently absent from work.
I know.
So I don't know, is this when she has been teaching the class and she has delivered something? I'm not sure why she's talking about curriculum in an email, so you need to help me if you don't mind with what the email is about.
So I've asked her for disclosure on it. I wanted to know what you were teaching in the class, and what she sent me was a link to the website and explaining to me that this is some of what we teach. This is what will give you the idea, and I explained that is not what I want. That's not sufficient for me. I want full disclosure on what is getting taught to my son at school, and Coben as well. I've had discussions with Coben about what he's been learning over the course as well. We're going to lock heads on this, Tara. We are, right? And I want it to be done in a civil manner by myself. And I don't want it to be driven like society this, society that, blah, 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 cat trays and all this other nonsense. Like, I don't want to go down these routes. I'm not going to go down that road. I just want the information for you. I don't want to talk about opinions and things like that because that's where things will just get conflated. I just want the information.
If you're asking me to provide you with the relationship and sexual health program curriculum, is that what you're asking for?
I don't want the curriculum.
Well, the curriculum's what's being taught. That's what we, would be what actually is being delivered in the classroom. We'd say is the curriculum. Is that what you're asking for?
That's what I want. I want to know what the teacher's delivering.
Yeah. Okay.
Know what it says the teacher's going to deliver. On a website, they're going to do this, they're going to do that, they're going to talk about Mecca. I want to know what they were talking about when they were talking about Mecca.
Okay.
What I want to ask you is, see, when you're teaching this, have you read the Quran?
I need to actually pass this inquiry over to Murray Gallagher because he is the deputy in charge of primary who's learning, teaching and curriculum. To see how Nikki is Gerthic and pastoral. Murray is the person that oversees curriculum.
Right.
So what I'll need to do, because he oversees that bit, because you'll understand I'm the campus head teacher. So I need to actually, because I can't actually, I can't answer your question in detail. I need somebody to pull that information together. But your request is reasonable.
Yep.
I'm not pushing back against that. That's no problem. I'll get on to that.
I just want everybody to understand. It's like, when I was a kid, I was hard left. I used to be a very highly active member of CND, Greenpeace and all this stuff. I was very hard left, and I'm no floating right. I'm very central in my politics and everything like that. And I just want transparency on everything because there's too much things getting put under the carpets. And this can be, and I'm not going to say, again, I'm trying to choose my words carefully, but I see this as behaviour for the schools. I didn't see this as protocol or everything like that. I see this as behaviour that's getting put on our children. And again, we're not going to have these kind of discussions because I'm only after the information just now. Right?
Yeah, that's reasonable. reasonable.
Yep.
That's absolutely reasonable, and I can organise that for you, and Murray will email that to you, or I can arrange for a hard copy of that if that is more suitable for you having a look through it. You just let me know what format suits you.
Okay. Well, I'll talk to Murray about that. Yeah.
No, I'll go and let him know just to save you a call. When I come off the
Cool.
call,
Right, cool.
I'll let him know. But would you like that as a printed pack, or do you want that as email attachment?
Give me a printed pack, because I'd like less blue light. Like I'm sure the kids would as well.
Yeah. Okay, that's no problem. Right.
Last thing. Right. You're not going to like this, Ian. You're not going to like this, Ian. Right. The awards ceremony. Okay. Right. How do I do this? The awards for school activities. Right? Okay. When I came to the school about the problems we had with Vicky, okay, with Bryony Jackson and her gang, right? What aspects of that situation were you only interested in covering?
I don't know what your question is, because if this is you, is it Mrs. Candlish, or is it Nikki, or which person was dealing with this?
Well, you can remember having an argument with me at the doors of the school over Vicky.
Yeah.
I mean, we were nose to nose.
But to actually be honest with you, do you know, life is so busy, and I don't keep any afters about anything. And if we resolve something and move forward, then that is
No. You'll understand my point when I get to it. I'm going to land the plane, like. So you were only interested in the aspects of that bullying campaign that took part inside the school, correct?
Well, that's all that we have jurisdiction over.
Right. Okay. I'm going to stop you so you didn't say too much to me now, right? There was a part of the awards show that included what?
I don't know. Just tell me.
Oh, come on. I want you to show me that you're switched on here, Tara. Come on. Right, okay, right, I'll spell it out to you. I'll spell it out to you, right? I'll spell it to you. It's not a test, right? Okay. Out of school activities. What's that got to do with the school?
It's called wider achievement.
I don't want you to tell me what it is, right? I want you to tell me the difference between not being interested in the bullying aspect outside the school with the pupils, and it was getting brought into the school, and I want you to explain to me, and maybe all the other children that are not privileged enough to drive about in a go-kart or ride a horse, what relevance that has to the school.
Which award specifically are you?
All of them. All the outdoor school activities are class-based.
But which ones?
All of them. Right, so do you think every kid in this town has the opportunity to race go-karts?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Are you saying there's an award for go-karting?
You gave awards for out-of-school activities that included things like go-karting champion, karate champion, horse riding champion. There was loads of other things.
Well, I don't know about this because...
You presented it. Tara, you stood there and presented them.
But hang on. The award ceremony, because again, I'm campus leader. I've got a team below me because I can't possibly do everything in the school. So the person that organises, are you talking about the senior phase awards, S4 to S6, or are you talking about the broad general education awards, S1 to S3?
It was probably the awards where Coben was there. But I'm sure, but to be honest, I'm quite sure that actually both of the sort of wee ceremonies, there was a bit of out of school stuff. But Tara, what I'm getting at here is, right, you're standing on a stage looking at the person that's go-karting walking across at you, right? And I'm looking at all the kids sitting about with their faces, and you know,
I don't know what the go-karting is though. I would need to, because it's Pete Colhoun. he organises the senior phase awards ceremony and all of the awards within that. And so I would need to go and talk to him.
Right.
I just get asked to present stuff. It doesn't mean I'm deciding who's getting everything. Right. And then it's Kirsten Candlish who organises the junior one. So whichever one it is and whatever your sort of grievances, I need to go to the people that do that.
Okay, so you can you can either direct me to them or what I'm asking you is, do you understand what I'm saying?
Well, all I know is, Coben obviously is very, very good at piping.
And I'm not interested, Listen, Coben's in 2 pipe bands, right? He's in the school pipe band and he's in the regional pipe band. I'm not interested in...
I need to understand what that looked like so I can understand what his grievance is. But I can't answer you about something that I don't know at this point, and I haven't heard of a go-karting award.
Tara, you read the awards out. You read the awards out. You spoke for 10 minutes at that assembly about outside activities, rugby clubs, this, that, the next thing, and you gave the awards went up on the screen.
Which award ceremony are you talking about? Because to help you understand, there's senior phase, broad general education, there is primary 7 graduation, there is primary school annual awards. So, it's to try and get you to understand the scope of what I'm trying to do.
I understand that. I'm not talking about what you are trying to do. I'm asking you if you understand what I am saying. All the kids that are sitting there going, I want to go cat, but my dad doesn't do this or my mum doesn't do that. That is classism. That is showing the children classism. The haves and the have-nots. Now, in school, they're supposed to be treated equal. That's why they all wear uniforms. That's why they're not allowed to wear Nike trainers and all the rest of it, right? You try to add, put some... I don't know what the word is, keeping them the same.
For me, I cannot give you my views on anything if I don't know specifically, without going and speaking to the deputies, what this award is about.
Right.
So we're having a pointless conversation where you're not happy with me about something that I need to find out exactly what that was. And so that is being counterproductive. I'm saying
it's on your website. It's on your website, Tara.
I've said to you on the call already that I will go through Josh's report and tweak things which may look like they're not sort of adjusted to the fact that he's neurodiverse.
No, Tara, stop right there. No, stop there. No, but wait a minute. I want to interject on what you just said there. I'm not wanting his report tweaked. I'm taking the terminology of the report and I'm asking you what is getting done about these issues. You understand? When he's in the classroom, how's the teacher dealing with that? When they're saying things like he needs this and he needs that. What are you saying there? Do you need me to help you with that, or are you doing that in the classroom? That's what I'm asking. The terminology is giving me information or giving me questions about what's happening in the school. Now you're telling me, but we've got 58%. So you're saying the majority of kids are neurodivergent. That's quite a large spectrum to deal with. That can be anything from high function to low functioning. It can be other kinds of things. It can even be brain injuries, whatever. So I don't know what that is for you. So let's forget about the report. I'm only asking about what is getting done about that. Do you want me to do it? Are you doing it? What's happening there? Because when I went to school, my teachers taught me, my mum and dad went to work, and that was it, right? And I'm quite sure it was the same for you, right? Now, this thing here that we're talking about right now, I'm talking about the differences, right? Now, me coming into the school and talking to you about bullying and what's going on and what's getting brought into the school with pupils, and you will only deal with it at the gate, is because that brings a lot of negativity into the school. Right? But when you want to look good, you're bringing all this other stuff into the school for outside the school. Do you understand what I am saying as a collective here, right? So I'm telling you, if you think that does not affect the have-not children, right? It's like when we go to the school plays every year. It's the same two leads. Why are you not pushing other people? You're sitting here giving me a report. Joshua needs pushed. Joshua needs developed. Joshua needs encouraged. So where are you encouraging them? Up at the Well Theatre. The Well Theatre's not got nothing to do with you just because there's pupils and teachers there. It's not got nothing to do with Moffat. But you were banging on about that, I know, at the assembly. You are bringing things into the school to look good because I know Moffat's dipping. Moffat's dipped drastically. It's in free fall for where it was 20 years ago. And you know it, I know it, everybody knows it. Pete Smith's widow knows it. Pete Smith's probably up there knowing it. Jeff Brown knows it. When he's sitting there.
I don't know why to me, what I'm hearing is somebody that's really angry with me.
No, I'm not really angry with you, Tara. I'm not really angry with you. I'm not angry with you. You're involved in a system. You're involved in a system, right? And that's what you want to lay blame on, right? But what I'm saying is that the system doesn't, the education system doesn't tell you to include these things. You just put these things forward. I've told you before, Tara, yeah, I get animated. Yes, I've got BPD. Yes, I've got autism, right? But, come on. Yes. What I'm saying to you is, and I'm getting frustrated. I'm getting.
You're not letting me talk. You're not letting me talk.
Right, talk then. Talk about what I said. Right, talk about what I just said to you then. Talk about what I just said then.
You're doing it now. I have said to you, from my perspective, I've been on the phone for you for over half an hour.
Right, good.
Can I finish? You're being very heated. I am sitting here as somebody that has taken the time to call you back as soon as I could when the message came in. I've taken the time to listen to you.
Don't pontify like that. Just answer the question, Tara. What do you understand what I'm saying about bringing? You won't bring this into school, but you'll take that out of the school.
Are you going to let me finish without interrupting?
Go for it.
I have been more than happy to be very positive and give you whatever it is you need. You've asked me some very personal questions, which actually are none of your business, but I've dealt with that.
Oh, I think everybody's knowing the history of the teachers is everybody's business, Tara, whether you like it or not. I've said to you before. You said you wouldn't
interrupt me. I don't think my personal background and upbringing in terms of who helped me with my homework and my age are everybody's business. I think that is a personal question.
Listen. Don't twist what I'm saying to you. Don't twist what I'm saying. I'm talking to you as an adult here, talking about that. You're involved in this system. You're going to defend it.
I am not twisting it. I do not have to give you personal, intimate information about my life and my childhood. That is not within my remit.
And you had the opportunity to refuse that.
I did. I said I'm not comfortable with that.
And did I force you to say, no, that's no good?
You went on to ask me about my childhood and whether there was somebody helping me with my homework.
And what's wrong with that? How's that an intrusive thing? I'm talking societal. I'm not talking so personal. Right? Can we stop? Right? And just get back. Can we stop and get back to the question in hand here? Do you understand the difference between no letting the negative into the school, but pushing the positive that's got nothing to do with the school into the school to inflate certain things when you've got children sitting there that are never going to go-kart, never going to ride a horse, That's classism. That's classism.
I hear what you're saying.
I'm not asking if you hear it. I'm asking, do you understand it?
I finish. I'm going to tell you, if you interrupt me again when I'm speaking, I'm going to go and do something else.
Okay.
So the conversation is two ways. So what I'm trying to start saying there is, I hear what you're saying. I've already told you that I need to go and get more information on what exactly it is that you have an issue with, and I need to speak to the deputies about what these awards were. Third of all, I hear what your grievance is, but it doesn't necessarily mean that I agree that people's wider achievement should not be celebrated because we do it with your own son and we're happy to do it. So I have told
you I don't want you to do it with my son. I want you to concentrate. I want you to concentrate on what he does in that building, because the only interest you should have is what is in that building. I never got awards for karate club or for playing for Ross Hire, for playing for South of Scotland school. I didn't even get an award at school for playing for South of Scotland school team.
Stop raising your voice.
I'm not raising my voice. I'm in an echoey room. You know, this is what I'm trying to say to you. It's about the have, not the haves. Do you understand? No, you don't. You don't. Well, you're not speaking words that convey you understand. You're speaking words that are making excuses for what you do.
I disagree.
And you added my son into that excuse.
I'm sorry, I disagree with what you're saying. I disagree, I'm sorry.
How can you?
I'm not going to get into a confrontation with you.
No, having a confrontation with you, Tara.
Well, it feels that way. It certainly feels that way to me.
Does it?
And I am going to go and I'm going to do these 3 things that I told you I would do. And I will get that information out to you. But I'm not prepared to get into a confrontation with you, because that is not what I'm here to do. I'm here to run a school. I'm very happy to take parental calls, take feedback on board.
So you're very happy to take people just nodding their head at you and going along with everything that goes with you, right? Now, well, what I'm going to state, right, let's end the call here, and I'm going to end it with this, Tara, right? Do not talk about what my son does outside the school, in the school, ever, right?
The thing that we refer to is the Moffat Pipe Band.
I don't want him included in it then.
So what, you don't want him any longer?
The Moffat Pipe Band. So what, are you taking claim of the Moffat Pipe Band?
Sorry?
The Moffat Pipe Band's based in the school?
Yes.
Right, so what's the problem with that? So what my answer would have been to that would be, I don't want anything to do with Coburn with the bridge, the other pipe band that it's in.
But that's all organised with Dumfries and Galloway.
Right, okay, right, exactly, right, okay. So now we're getting somewhere. So how does that change for Larkhall go-kart circuit? Or the equestrian centre down the road?
I don't know about the go-karting that you keep referring to.
It's on your Facebook page, Tara. It's all on your Facebook page. You did there was a couple of special posts about it, so it's all there. And I'm quite sure, but I'm not even saying I am quite sure. I am sure, because I have had conversations with many other parents. And I'll tell you the consensus, there's none of them got the bollocks to have these conversations with you.
Don't use bad language on a call to me, please.
Testicles?
Right.
Is that it?
No, that's offensive.
How's that offensive?
No, I'm going to
come on, Tara, right. Go and do my work for me and get the stuff for me, and that's it, and we'll take this up in the summer. But I want this stuff before the summer holidays, if you don't mind.
I will do it as and when we can get to it.
Right.
So I will work on that, but I'm not having my deadlines dictated to. I will do what I can.
Right, okay. But you'll dictate everything to me, and I'm not even a pupil at your school, right? I don't suppose I'll get on the parent-teacher council, will I?
You know, I have to say, I'm really quite offended by the way that you've spoken to me today.
Are you?
And it is not necessary.
I'm really offended at your absolute gall to swerve the questions and the indifferences and the things that I'm talking to you about class, and the kids that are the haves and the have-nots, and they're having to watch other things. Never mind that they have to watch the same faces in the plays and all the rest of it, and the ones with no confidence that could be getting pushed into roles and all the rest of it, and you just lay back. So let's just end it there. Get the stuff that I need, okay, or I'll get it other ways, and then you didn't want that to happen, right? Have a good summer holiday. Oh, I just want to say, didn't swear once during that entire conversation, and I said the word bollocks. And then she's offended. As her husband now got a set of bollocks, like, yeah. Testicles. I even used that word. I'm not allowed to use that word now. Kahunas. Baboobas. Nuts. Balls. Sack. Nads. Gonads. You're offended, I'm offended at ignorance and you're deflecting and you're swerving and you're shooting on my boy and the rest of it. Not going to happen. You know exactly what I was saying. She knows exactly what I was saying, and she knows there's going to be backlash. She knows something's coming there, big time. So people, I'm off it. Do any of you agree with what I'm saying? And do any of you want to get involved in saying your piece? Because maybe Tara just gets too upset with me sitting in the bathroom. I wasn't in the bathroom. Yeah, I get animated, but when you're talking shit, I'm going to stop you. It's no TikTok doll. Yeah? You want to talk pish to me, I'm going to stop you. Is it because I'm a man? We'll see. We'll see what happens next. I'll tell you what I think is going to happen next. And just one last squirmy thing, how she starts. You're asking me personal questions. I don't need to tell you. Well, fucking done it. Just say they're personal. That's it. What you got to hide? It's a bit weird using these things to counter the fact he'd like getting talked strong. I wasn't shouting. I wasn't swearing. I wasn't calling you names. I wasn't being negative to you, derogative to you. I was asking if you understood what I was saying. And you couldn't even answer that in another place. And I was very clearly explaining everything to you. You exactly know what my issue is and what your issues are.